everyone enjoy it?
Absolutely, so quiet.
Definitely, we're excited about the enhancement to the studio tour. Absolutely a part of this conversion. So, any questions? I tell you what. One of the things I'll say is we have a broader company sustainability initiative that this certainly fits squarely within. At Universal Studios Hollywood, we've always sought to be strong corporate citizens, and obviously there's some guest experience enhancement there that we're also excited about. And lastly, we believe it is one of the first battery-powered off-road, people mover, low-speed, high-torque applications within the United States. So it really falls kind of within this heavy construction industry, port equipment type category. So we really do hope it's going to inspire others to take some action, in this hard road. So, yeah.
Can you give us some idea of the scale of this? I mean, what's the towing capacity on these? What's the size of the battery that you need to move all that weight up and down these hills?
So the design is certainly proprietary, but obviously I think everyone can see the change in elevation, which is definitely over 200 feet. So with that, we certainly had to have a robust design. We had to have one that would sustain the activity of all of our attractions. We didn't go in those 3 attractions today as a part of the studio tour, but that design had to incorporate that. And one of the goals that we always had here when we started this project was we didn't want to change our normal operation. We really wanted to keep it operating the way it does today. So part of doing that, not only in working with Complete Coachworks on the design itself, but also with WAVE. Okay, so WAVE stands for Wireless Advanced Vehicle Electrification. So if you look out there, you'll see some charging pads. So what we do is we inductively charge the batteries both at unload and load. So that keeps us going with a normal operation.
So how long does it take to, is this something that happens in a few seconds, a few minutes, a few hours?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we don't change the normal operation. So it just happens within the normal course of us operating the studio tour the way we do and always have here at Universal Studios Hollywood, which is fantastic. That technology is there to the point now to where we can actually operate that way. So, yes.
It says that you guys have 21 trams converted. So are the ones out here all electric powered?
So we have 4 that are out there operating with our guests right now. We'll have the 5th by early June with our guests, and then we have 16 more to go after that. So we have 21 total trams, and it is a conversion. So it's not new trams, it is a conversion, which is even greener, right? But we'll be working on converting those over the next few years.
So like in the future, the goal is to have everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that is definitely the goal.
Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
How much of the year are 21 trams typically being used at one time?
That'll get into kind of operational specifics a little bit there, but what we do know is that, our operation in general can sustain having a couple of trams out for conversion at a given period of time. There are some periods of time of the year that are a little more peak, than non-peak, so we have to be more sensitive during those times. So.
Do you have a goal date for the completion of the conversion?
We do, early 2025. We do, and we're excited about that. So.
Does it take a lot of work to convert the cars?
It is a robust design. So obviously we're working on a conversion from diesel hydraulic to electric, which has a lot of associated equipment and hardware with that. So it does take some time to get that work done. The one good thing that we have going for us is all of the electrical infrastructure changes along with the wireless induction charging is complete at this point. So.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions was like, is there going to be enhancements to any more of the stuff, or is it all just focused on the tram from here on out?
Yeah, so again, that was a big key, because in order for us to sustain the operation, we had to get all this electrical infrastructure done and the wireless system the wireless charging system. That's all done. So now for this fleet, it's all about the electric tram conversions from here on out.
When was that started, the pads and stuff?
So, that was kind of, so a little bit of a timeline. We were back in feasibility and sourcing back in 2017. We got into design in 2018, and then we got into prototype in 2019, and then it went from there. And right about the time around 2020 is when we started diving in heavily with the electrical infrastructure enhancements, and that went into 21 a little bit as well.
We're going to take like 2 more questions, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Go ahead.
Obviously they're a lot quieter, which is really nice for the guests, but was part of it production consideration as well? Were the productions having issue with the amount of noise the trams make? And that's
The goal, we had probably 4 or 5 different goals associated with it. So at Universal Studios Hollywood, we've always wanted to be strong corporate citizens. So we believe it fits within that. Secondly, the company has a broad sustainability goal. So it clearly fits within that too. And then the guest enhancement part of it. There's some noise reduction as a part of it. The studio itself, in the time that the tour is down there's certainly a need to watch out where there's some production activity that's going on. So for us to have trams rolling through where there's less noise associated with them, it's certainly a benefit to the studio. And obviously the onboard experience with the media and the tour guides that we're so proud of, it enhances that experience too. So,
thank you so much.
well, hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Thank you for coming out today. Appreciate it.